So I think for ad spend, I'm not spending anything more than like $30 per day still.
So it's less
But
than 1,000.
it's still less than 1,000. It's still way less than 1,000, right? I'm getting like 2 to 3 clients a month, which is like stable. And this is not me scaling, right? Because I'm still running 2 e-commerce businesses and I'm still doing this on the side. And although like obviously my main e-commerce business is earning way more, the margins are high.
Hey guys, so today we have on my good friend and my client Zheng. So yeah, Zheng, why don't you introduce yourself? What do you do and how? I mean, we were friends before lah, but like how you find me is not really a valid question, right? Yeah, maybe you just share what you do and why do you actually came to me, right, for learning about lead generation, coaching, and how to actually attain coaching clients as well.
Okay, yeah, sure. So I think when I started, I was doing e-commerce. This was something that I had worked previously on like 5 years to build my own e-commerce store to $1 million. And I think I'm like decent at e-commerce, but I think one thing I'm really not good at, I realized, was that I'm not very good at like selling my services, or like teaching other people how to do things, which is why I kind of sought you out. And because I know you're doing like all these coaching things, and I've already heard like a lot of testimonials, the results you bring for other students. So I wanted something like that. I wanted to expand my repertoire. I wanted to do not just step out of e-commerce. I'm still doing e-commerce. I'm still running my business day to day, but I also want to be able to teach other people. And I think that's like a totally different skill set. You know what I mean? So I saw that like you were helping people with like getting leads, closing client one-to-one, high ticket items. And that was something I like kind of really wanted to do. And it was very, I would say it's quite different from e-commerce. So like I really appreciate that you kind of taught me how lah. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I mean, you have tried before as well, right?
I
To a certain extent.
Yes, I have tried. I have tried with other gurus and like also from Singapore. And I think I ran into, okay, I guess what I really like about you is that with other people, I ran into some issues that I couldn't really fix. Okay, so that was like high CPMs. And okay, on the technical side, it was high CPMs, and they couldn't really help me fix that. Like they didn't really have an idea how. And honestly, when I first joined this program, I was the most worried about high CPMs because it's been proven that in my industry, like the CPM can be like $100, 150. So that's really, really high. That's like no way your business can function if they kind of high CPM. It can
Yeah.
but you need to like sell really, really high ticket items in order to compensate, right?
I agree.
But I think what I was really relieved, right, was that you and your team helped me to talk me through. I think one thing I was a little bit stubborn on was that I wanted to do US market. And you told me like, I think you told me like quite a few times, like 2 or 3 times, like, hey, you should probably do like Singapore market. It's much easier, and like there's already like
Easier to relate.
trust. It's easier to relate in a
Yes.
sense. So I think it's not to the detriment of other people that they didn't tell me that. They did tell me that once or twice, but I don't think they hit home hard enough, right? And then you really told me like, okay, I know you want to do US, but I really think, at the start of when you're like starting your own coaching business, you should just do Singapore and then expand to US or other countries if you want to at that point of time. So I think these are the 2 things you really helped me on that I've been to like a few other people and they really didn't help me with these 2 things. I guess one is the mindset, the other one is the CPM. So like that is something really, really helpful because like, I think if people are starting in like client helping or like any kind of lead generation, CPM is a big issue, something that I know a lot of people complain about. And like no one has actually been able to solve it, honestly, until like you helped me solve it.
I wouldn't say it's solved lah. It's more of like we just narrow down what's the real issue. Is it copy? Is it market situation which you cannot control? Is it like the country as well? And also sometimes it's maybe the way that we run the funnel and strategy as well. It really depends on a lot of things, right? I need to really go through one by one. For more beginner level people, like just starting run ads, you don't really need to worry about this. More, you just need to worry about MVP side of things because someone has ran a lot of ads and he kind of understand that pretty much at a high level as well. Yeah, but I think just basically you are unlucky that your account always have these problems. I have no idea why also. So maybe you want to share me like, I think we took a while before we actually get here. I won't say it's immediate because you start a brand new business, right? E-commerce was your bread and butter. You start a brand new business. Like now you're closing 3-4 clients a month, right?
Correct,
around there, right? So how much revenue are you currently doing a month, and in terms of how much ad spend are you spending, and will you advocate like,
Right. So I think for ad spend, I'm not spending anything more than like $30 per day still.
So it's less than 1,000.
It's still less than 1,000. It's still way less than 1,000, right?
That's good.
It's slightly under 1,000, yeah. And I think my client ticket size is like getting higher and higher thanks to your recommendation. Like just increase after every client close. So I'm getting like 2 to 3 clients a month, which is like stable. And this is not me scaling, right? Because I'm still running 2 e-commerce businesses and I'm still doing this on the side. And although like obviously my main e-commerce business is earning way more, the margins are high. Like they're a good business to be in. So I think like with that, I think I started off charging like just a few thousand and like slowly just keep increasing and increasing. But yeah, for me, this is, I don't want to say like a side business. Like I think for anyone to just start doing this, it's like a really, really good income already lah. Like, and the margins obviously are great. Yeah, so that's why I kind of want to like do this lah.
Yeah, so I think 3, if you charge now, I think right, you were saying like 5, 4?
5 about,
yeah,
5K,
about 5.
Yeah,
so you backtrack, like, can get 10, 15K a month comfortably.
Exactly.
And that is like very, very high because like, you know how much you spend, most people will expect, let's say you're doing webinar, you're doing other things. Obviously not saying like each of it has pros and cons, right? Obviously. But if you do a webinar, you're going to spend way more to get this amount. You need upsells, extra here and there. But straight away to high ticket, I usually advocate that if you actually have an ecosystem, right? If you don't have, then obviously
it's a system to learn also.
It is.
I think like it's a lower entry to barrier, like as opposed to if you do like a webinar, learn how to present and like set up all the funnels, which is quite complicated.
Yeah, it's insane to do that because I've been doing for all the clients. I mean, I got to do new clients before and it's pretty hard. Not saying it's dead, but you need a certain level of skill set and a technical aspect as well and help. You cannot just do it yourself. I think
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I think you'll cry.
Yeah. I think one thing that really attracted me to this was like the simplicity of the system, right? You didn't ask me to set up any like webinar funnels or any like middle ticket items that like can be quite complicated. It's just like lead magnet. All you need to nail down is like the angle. And I think that really helps, especially if someone who's like me and they're kind of new. It's a lot easier, right? There's no barrier of entry. It's just run ads to lead magnet, then message, and then that's the whole system. There's nothing complex.
Yeah, agree. So what was your biggest challenges? I mean, you said some of it, but what are your biggest challenges before like working together with us? I mean, besides CPMs and everything, right? Like, I assume that you ran ads before, tried selling people.
Okay, I think the biggest challenges I had, I guess before even working with you guys, is kind of, I think it's something I actually haven't been doing before, which is the biggest challenge I had was trying to nail down the angles, which is like when I first joined e-commerce, you have to read all about the product. And then coming here, understanding angles, framing, positioning. I think it was something that you and I talked quite extensively through to kind of give me like a bird's eye view of like what angles I should, how to understand angles even, and then which angle should I use at a more technical level. So that was something I kind of struggled with at the start. So I had to, I guess, brush up on my copywriting a little bit. And then like now I can consistently change the angles. If my like the latest angle fail or the latest ad fail, I can kind of like just change it as it when now that I understand. And I thought that is something super underrated that you teach. So do you know for the last 5 days, my opt-in rate was 50%? Like I'm not kidding. I ran like $30 per day and I had like 10 leads, if I'm not wrong. Like just yesterday. And then like, 3 days ago, I had 10 leads. Yesterday, I had like 8 leads. Then today, I have 5 leads already. And like, it's only like almost 1:30 in the afternoon. So like, there's still a lot of time for like the leads to come in. So I kind of tweak it and then like, that just happened lah. So that was something, that was a challenge I faced. But like, I think that you and your team teach me quite well. Like quite solid. I like your response times. It's very, very nice.
I mean, we do our best. Yeah, I would say I think you already share about what helped you the most, right? Then in terms of like this, we're giving you like 10-ish, like 5 figures a month. How would you say how it would change your life lah? Yeah, outside of business.
Yeah, I think quite significantly. I mean, I'm also good. To be fair, I was already earning like
you're already earning more
a bit from e-commerce, right?
Yeah.
So, but I do have a wedding coming up, so I'm just like like transfer the money to wedding funds. Otherwise, like my fiance will be quite unhappy.
That's good.
So that's what I'm planning for, and like these are like big life milestones that anyone would want to hit, right? Like even for me, even if like let's say e-commerce is a bit of money, this definitely still goes a long way, right? To kind of help like in the day-to-day stuff. It's just like easier. You don't really have to worry about money too much. That's actually exactly why I started the program, right? Yep. E-commerce is a bit more complicated which are like the margins are slightly lower.
The end game is very different. Like one is built to sell or like do something more with it.
Yeah. This is kind of like to like, I don't imagine, even if let's say I earned a bit of money from e-commerce before, I still think for anyone this will be like quite a life-changing amount, right? Even if you have to take like 5K client, 5K client, 10K, I would say safely say, okay, let's say the lowest would be like 50% profit, right? It's still quite a lot for most people in Singapore, I would say.
Yeah.
So that it's quite a big amount. There's no way around it. It's still quite a big amount.
You don't necessarily need to scale it.
I don't plan to.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to scale it.
Yeah, I don't have to.
Yeah. So if like you say you're getting 10 leads a day and 5 leads a day, like don't need to do much about it. Yeah. In my opinion, you confirm can set appointments, you do more videos, you more or less can sell more people. Yeah, more or less is an autopilot kind of business. Obviously, always ups and downs. Not every up. Like definitely need to actually tweak along the way. I think with your experience, you should be more or less stable with it. Yeah. So I think that's great. I'm very happy that you're putting obviously like more money into your wedding. It's faster and no need to worry so much. I think soon my turn, but yeah. I think you need to do the same as well. Yeah. So what would you say like to someone who's thinking about working together with us and watching this video right now?
Yeah. So I think that I guess what I have to say to the person who is looking to work with you is that just go ahead. If you have something genuine that you can help people and you are in need of clients, I think to me it's a no-brainer, right? Because imagine if you charge somebody let's say 5K, all right, or whatever the amount is. It's not difficult at all to make your money back. I guess it's not difficult at all to first get the system working, because the system is already proven to work for me and Bryan's other students. I can speak for them because I've seen the results, right? Like the screenshot that they've sent. For people who are, and then it's also very easy to break even, right? Given that you're doing like high ticket stuff, whatever. And then after, it's also very easy to earn a profit, because once you have a system in place, it's like e-commerce. Like you just got to feed traffic through it, right? Just feed traffic through it. You arbitrage like your service, you arbitrage Facebook ads, and then come out on the other side. Honestly, I don't see how it's not profitable, which is partially the reason why I joined you. And I was like, to me, although I know you, it's also pretty much a no-brainer for me to join. This was my exact thought process. Like, if you can get this working, it's very easy to just start and earn money, get the system working, and then like break even and earn. It's like genuinely, it's a no-brainer. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to right? After you hear all this, you don't want to do that. Like,
I'll say like the hardest part, it will be basically running ads for most people, not the other thing.
Yeah.
And if you never run ads before, the hardest part is running ads. And secondly, also doing the work. Honestly, appointment setting is appointment setting is like stupid, simple, but tiring if you do it every day. So usually I just delegate it out, right? Like
you just hire me and get. But I think it's even then, there's still a lot of opportunity for you to arbitrage. Right? It's very easy. It's like
I feel like it's a lazy. Yeah, it's a lazy.
It's like so easy to do.
I'm doing like 30x because obviously I charge right higher and that's why I ask people charge higher. Even Mark which I'm gonna do an interview with him I think a few days later as well. He's also doing like 5 to 10x returns as well. And once he get the appointment setting going, everything becomes like 10x, and then it's normal, right? Obviously you need to do way more stuff like emails and content as well to make it long lasting, have a good fulfillment, to have word of mouth so it compounds, yada yada yada.
Okay. Yeah. I got something to say about emails. Okay, so if I got a secret, I don't think I told anyone, even you. If you're lazy to do emails, get ChatGPT to write. It's been getting me open rates of 30%, and the prompts is super stupid. It's been getting me like an open rate of 30%. My average click-through rate is 1%, which is very, very good, like super solid. And then like email list so little only. And there's almost virtually no unsubscribe rate.
Yeah, so like how I do it as well. I have a current idea, I have voice message, I transcribe the voice message, I put it into my prompt and data set of my emails. And then I just let it read. Then within, I would say 5 seconds, you get a rough good email, 80% there. Change a bit of stuff, you can just run
I don't even change. Honestly, I don't even change.
Sometimes you change because like what you say might not be what you do. If that makes sense.
I vet through, right?
Yeah, so then that's fine.
Yeah, I will vet through and like, okay.
I actually advise that to financial consultants and real estate agents, because they don't even need like much input, because every day there's news inputs. And then you just need to use news input with your opinions, and then you get a very, very good outcome and a very good newsletter, right?
Yeah.
And which is why I say like the hardest part is the tech if you don't know the tech. But then again, you can go Fiverr to hire tech people. So that's not really a problem to me. Because the money to spend to solve the tech problem as well. Even if I cannot teach you, right? Let's just say I can either help you do it for you to a certain extent, or you hire somebody if you don't want to use like certain softwares. And that's the way out, right? I would say simply most people try to don't think out of the box to solve certain problems as well. I don't really like that. But you want to get it done, get it quick. Yeah. Just pay someone like 5, 10, 20, $30 to settle it for you.
Yeah, I think honestly, okay, so just to share like my setup, because for me now pretty much everything's automated. Even like the main thing I need to run is like minor CDO ads, which is like it barely takes 5 minutes a day, and I need to spend like 10 seconds of that 5 minutes just to delete comments or like spammers. Most of the time, okay, so the total time for me to automate everything is less than a week. Like, I'm not even joking. So I did the hiring for the VA, just one VA for part-time, and then I did like the tech stack to help me. I think all in all, the amount of time spent is like, it's definitely not more than 5 working days, and that's including like all the interview you have to do with like the candidates for the part-time position for VA. And that's the most troublesome part if you want to hire, because you just cannot outsource that.
I outsource that.
The hiring part. You also outsource the hiring part. I cannot outsource the hiring part.
I outsource to my personal assistant right now.
Yeah, so everything.
So at least I get an interview.
Hire personal assistant. Oh yeah, me also. So
I cannot
actually,
do so many.
even if you like the tech stack barrier of entry is very low, the hiring barrier of entry is very low once you know how, right? And like
it's affordable.
Someone to hire, it's very affordable. I would say it's very affordable. Yeah. And once you know how to hire, you can honestly just read a document. It's not that difficult. It's like read like a 5-10 minute document, you can learn how to hire already. Then, like the angle itself, it's all pretty set. I would say like everything in your course and your structure is all pretty set. If not, just message you, and I know you're super responsive and you're always helping people. Even on like the weekends, which I know I'm a bit more like what. So on the weekend I also work on. But you also
more hardworking.
Yeah, pretty consistently. I think you message it pretty consistently. So all in all, I think the total amount of time I think for setup is less than a week. I can like confidently say that. So to me, it's a bit of a no-brainer.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad to be able to help you achieve such results as well. I'm very happy for you. But before we end, right? So I just want to maybe you want to share more about where people can find you and what exactly you help people with in e-commerce as well.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So I think for me, I specialize in e-commerce. I stay away from social media. The only place you can find me where I consistently upload is YouTube. So I've recently started uploading YouTube videos again. You can just search for my full name. If you search for like just Zheng without my surname, you'll find some weird badminton player. Okay. So I specialize in e-commerce. I've been doing that for a while, and I will probably be doing that for my whole life, because I enjoy it. So if you want to learn e-commerce, just come on over, man.
Yeah, a small plug for him is that when I first saw him when we first started, like very, very long time ago, we were doing drop shipping, right?
Yeah.
Very, very long ago. Then after that, I saw you creating your own brands. I multiple brands, right? So it's not only one brand that did well. You have multiple brands, people consulting you for their brands as well. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether I can say the brand, so I won't say it.
Better
but
not,
yeah. So then in a sense, right? If you do it in Singapore and you run an e-com brand, you want to run e-com brand in Singapore, you want to run basically in Asia as well. I think someone's the right person to actually learn from because he's done it countless of times. He's a very, very good operator as well. He knows way more than, in my opinion, some people in the market when I ask him questions, right? So it's like understand the depth of experience that he actually can provide as well, right? So to me, it's like how long you are in this game and how can you simplify the answers to very, very specific for a lot of people to understand? And I think he can actually do it pretty well when I ask him questions as well for my own stuff. Right? So I think I highly recommend if you guys are into wanting to build e-com business, go and find him as well. I'll tag him in the comments.
Thanks for the kind words, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you joining me on this call today. Yeah, I'll see you guys and see you soon.